Hello to all of you beautiful people and beautiful souls. Peace on earth and love and light to you. I am GabrielleEther. Thank you for coming to my channel. So as you can see, this is a bigger card reading for your children. So yeah, I have some toys out here you can be led to. And this is just the Incredibles guy. I have no idea what his name is because I'm not really into that movie. This is a Ninja Turtle. I don't know which one this is. Leonardo, I think. No, Donatello, I think. So, anyways, I don't know. And this is my baby. This came out of her Doc McStuffins Darty kit. So, be led to a toy, and I'm gonna just give you a short reading on your child. You can even call me or email me, and then I'll get back with you if you would like a personal reading regarding your children or yourself or whoever. So the thing is, you guys, I came up with this reading because I did like a personal reading on my daughter one day. So because it was just me and her playing with the cards, and I was just so surprised to what came out of it. And I think I did a reading like this similar like when I first started the channel. So whatever it was, I'm gonna do it again. So have you guys been led to your deck? So I'm just gonna go to this Incredibles character first, and let's see. I mean, whatever you have in mind, whatever you have in mind about your child, whatever you want to know, if you have any questions or concerns, then just that's what this reading is for. So hopefully it comes out in this reading. So we'll go to this Incredibles character first. Let's see what came out. And I'm using the I'm using this deck that a lot of people feel like it's like so controversial, and because I chose to use this deck for one because it's like the deck that I use all the time now, and I can read so good with it. But it's like kind of childlike, and then some images are like disturbing to people because they're not very childlike to them. They're like, well, why why are these children doing such grotesque things or whatever? But when I first saw this deck, I wasn't even aware that they were children. I just thought that they were just like young like images. So when I was doing research on them, I saw a lot of other people thought like that too. So if these decks disturb you with any kind of the images or whatever, then I apologize for that. But you might not want to, like, if you're just the type that might be too, if you feel like that you might be too sensitive for these type of things, then just well, the only thing that I can say is that this video just might not be for you, and sorry about that, but I had to say that, especially when I saw this one out here, because I was like, I asked Spirit, like, don't let some of those crazy cards come out. But I was like, if it's necessary, then do that. And so I feel like some of you guys are really concerned about your child, and I think that this is kind of literal here. And the thing is, I know a child like this, and I think this is kind of literal on the fact that some of you guys may be really worried about your children because you see the way that they treat other people's kids, and you see the way that they treat their own things. Okay, so I definitely know a little boy. And it's not the little boy that I talk about in my videos, my nephew, but I do know a little boy, and other people, just random people, have said that this little boy, they're concerned with the way the little boy treats pets and animals and their, the toys and things like that. And if you talk to the little boy, he's the sweetest little boy in the world. And since I am a seer, I see this in this little boy. He's not manipulative. He's not crazy. He for some reason, something in his childhood has taught him to respond to certain things in this manner. And I wish that his mother was like into, certain things that I'm into, because me and his mother are really close. So but she's not, she's really not into these type of things. Even though I can tell her certain things, then I will really be able to dig deep into the situation and see why the little boy is acting like that, because this is just a general reading. So the thing is, you guys, I think you guys are kind of concerned about that, and it does not mean that your child has this serious problem, okay? And this situation is really overwhelming you, okay? And by the way, you're wondering why your child is responding to certain things like this. Your child has definitely some type of way been exposed to something a little too early, and they're taking it out in other kids and other toys, maybe with anger, and you're wondering why. It's not that they are trying to purposely, mistreat this child, or they're just mean, a mean child. And it's not that they just are destructive kids, like, let me get this toy and let me just see how bad I can just like I can like let me see how bad I can destroy this, because sometimes you see children and they might have like a teddy bear, and they just like punching it, or they get in and they rip the head open and they're taking out all the stuffed parts in it, and you look at it because this is your baby and you're like, oh my gosh, like, why are you doing that? It's very disturbing to you. Or either you may see them with another child and then they push that child for no reason at all. This is just because of all the built up anger in the child that they don't really know how to express. I think this child is pretty young, so they don't really know how to express anger, and when they get confused, they don't know how to express that. They don't even know how to say, mommy, I'm confused, daddy, I'm confused. Somewhere along the way they were exposed to something, and when they think about this situation, or when they are reintroduced to the situation in any type of way, then that's when they have no other choice. But when they get mad, they'll get mad at whatever is around them, and even with you, sometimes they may have this temper tantrum. And I would advise you to sit down with this child and say, you know what, I've noticed that you treat this toy this way, or sometimes certain things, something comes up within you and makes you mad all of a sudden, or sad all of a sudden. Can you please tell mom, or please tell dad, what it is that makes you what it is that comes into your mind that makes you upset? Is there anything that you remember that happened? And it could have just been something like you and the child were at a neighbor's house, and then this child saw something traumatizing on the neighbor's TV, because you know that you don't really expose your child to stuff like that. Or it could have been just a mistake. Sometimes we send our children to, friends and family, and then they mistreat our children when we don't really, we don't really expect them to do that, and we really trust this person, so then you sit down with your child and ask them why they do that. And if they are able to tell you, why, you just, do what you would do then. Just simply explain to them how, that's not real life, or that's not how people are supposed to treat people. That's not how we treat people. And watch how, this right here slowly just, goes away or disappear. And do whatever you want. If you feel like you wanted to take your child to therapy, I am not a therapist in that manner, then you will do whatever you will want to do. But I don't feel like this is anything psychiatric. If that's what you were thinking, I don't think it's anything mental. I think they're expressing themselves because they're really sad on the inside, or really angry on the inside, or really confused about something that they saw when they were younger. I want to say, just because I'm looking at this 3, I want to say something around 3 years old. So, or either I'm talking about a child that's around 3 years old. So I'm going to say, when this stand your ground card here, I thought this was another card, but the fact that it says stand your ground is because you cannot let your child get away. Even when you see and when you know and your child tells you what happened, then you can say, well, I'm going to give them, a little leeway, because it's not their fault that they went through this. They need to know that this is not good. This is not good behavior. They can't act like that. So you have to still stand your ground on this situation. And also, this also means once you find out what happened with this child, and there's something that has to be done about it, please do not sweep this under the rug. Anything that needs to be done about this is just your baby, just the child that you produce, that you bring into this world. So please, show your child that you stand up for them, and that you care about them, because this is something that I went through when I actually saw that. It's just a very hurtful feeling when you see people who you feel like supposed to love you not standing up for you. It's really traumatizing when you see your parents not taking up for you, because I've been there, okay? When, like, I could handle a lot of other people not taking up for me, but when I saw my parent not doing it, it's very traumatizing. So make sure that you stand your ground when your child is able to tell you what happened. Make sure they actually know that you took up for them, and they know that, and they know that you care about them. And if they tell you it's something, maybe they can tell you that it's something like this, that you hurt me when I saw that you didn't have my back, or something like that, and that's what's causing them to act like this. Then you can explain to them what happened, or why you didn't have their back, or something like that. But just make sure that if this child is that angry because of that, make sure that they know that you made that mistake. If you feel like you made a mistake, always say, you know what, this was a mistake that I made, and I will do better next time. Mothers and fathers, we're just human, and we're going to make mistakes also. So that is all for this one. I hope that helps. So if you would like to email me, if this is just too personal to leave in the comment section, if you would like to email me with any questions, then I will see what I can help you with. But personal readings, certain questions, I will answer. But personal readings, I will definitely email you a price list for that. So just let me know, or just leave down in the comment section, any like certain small questions that you might have, any kind of confusion or anything like that. Okay, so now we're going to the Ninja Turtle. Let's see about your child situation. Okay, your child really needs this. Your child wants this from you. They really want to see you more of a okay, this is going to be two different situations. Your child really needs to see more of this for you. Your child would like to see you more like playful, instead of this child looking just like at a mother or a father teaching them something. They would like to look at you more of a playmate. This is what your child needs from you. Also, yeah, I don't see this any other type of way, at least not for right now. Also, some of you guys are really concerned about your child. Okay, you're really concerned about your child because I think some of you are worried that you're not more so like this. You need to let this go. Okay, you need to let go of the fact that everybody's parenting skills are not the same. Whatever you feel like your child is needing from you, try to give that to them more, because that's just a parent. We have to go out all out our way sometimes for our children, and it can get hard, but we still have to do it. 3 + 2 is 5. There's definitely a change that needs to happen. Okay, so the thing is, don't let this don't let this bother you so much. Everyone is just not this. If you see friends and family being like this, that does not mean that is you, okay? And honestly, I feel like your child even wants this more out of you, but that does not mean that this child is not equipped for being your child, okay? That does not mean that this child needs what the other child may need. Let this feeling go. Like, this is seem like it's really tugging on your heart, and you don't have to be like everyone else, okay? Okay, this situation is it's like it's really tugging on your heart and your soul, but your spiritual team is going to give you a peace with this situation. It seems like you are more, it's like you're blaming yourself for the type of parent you are, when there's definitely a change that needs to happen. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's definitely a change that needs to happen. But if spirit is telling you that this is just really weighing on your heart and it's something that you need to let go, it means that you need to let it go, simply because everybody's just not going to be that parent that's just lovey-dovey all the time. The change that needs to happen, then make it happen. Don't just, you can't continue to go on like this and let something war at your heart when you know that there is peace that you need. And you guys, like, I want to say this. When I was dealing these cards, this card came out first, and then, like, I picked it up and I put it back in the deck because I wasn't sure, if this was the card to come out. And then this card came out again, like it flew out again. So I was like, okay, this has to be for this deck. And to me, it's because I'm just hearing that it's just this piece that really needs to happen. And that's why spirit had to really make it known to me, because you guys are really letting this pull at your heart and your soul, just because you're not this all the time. When spirit is saying you don't have to be like that all the time. Everybody's not is not going to be like that, and your child is actually made for this. This is your child. They're made for this. If you see your child needing you to be more playful, then be that, because that's what we have to be as parents. But that does not mean that you have to just let this consume you, because everybody's just not made to be all so playful and everything all the time. It's just not everyone's parenting style. No longer let this tug at your heart. No longer let this situation, consume you and make you feel less than a parent, okay? And let this situation bring you peace from now on. And I'm going to read this Serenity card. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. I think this literal. Don't let past. This is basically what I was just saying summed up, right? Don't let past issues, resentments interfere with insert your child's name today. Okay? Wow. And I think that's pretty cool. I like this one, you guys, because I like this reading because it's just like it's just like sometimes we just as parents, like, who is perfect as a parent? No one. And sometimes we feel like that, okay? But you know, no one is all the time. So this is yeah, if you have any questions, then you might want to email me if it's too personal. You know, I will answer your questions for a personal reading. Then I will send you my price list for that. But any type of questions, or, you know, if you're confused about anything, leave in the comment section or email me. So those of you who relate to this document, Stephen's toy, let's see what your reading is about your child. Okay. I don't know what this means. Why am I mean, it's like right when this comes open, I'm like, what? Why is this here? Like right when I turn this over, I'm like, what? Huh? Because this is like the card for siblings. Do you have twins? Is this child a Gemini that you're concerned about? Is it just two children that you're concerned about? Okay. Okay, I'm getting something now. Okay. Definitely two children that you are concerned about. For some reason, it's like, no. Okay, Spirit, you have to slow down a little bit. I'm getting different things, okay? For some of you, you're concerned about more than one child, okay? You have two children that kind of, it seems like the children kind of act similar. I'm also getting you and this child are kind of the same. You bump heads because you are kind of the same, okay? And then I'm getting, okay, some of you guys are just so concerned about your children. You're a little overprotective. You're like those, what they call them, like hoverboard parents. And the reason I'm seeing this, because you just like this card, I always say letting go. Okay, it's usually a woman letting go of a man or something like that. But hey, we're talking about children here, so letting go. Look how big this lady is, how small this man is. So you're like one of those hover parents, and you need to kind of let this child be the child. Okay. I'm looking at it like this is you, maybe like a mother or either a father. I think I'm talking to majority women who are just afraid to let maybe your old, like since this is a guy right here, your son go. So maybe this is like a maybe your child is like a teenager, 16 through 19, 20 or something like that, maybe early 20s or something like that. You're kind of like a hover parent. Spirit is saying let that go. 1 + 9 completion. Your child may be like 18 years old. I was just saying that, like 18 years old, okay? Or, you know, somewhere along in them ages where you seriously need to let the child go. Just simply put, let them go. They're old, they're grown, let them go. Okay? And then you guys, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking to myself because I'm like this and people tell me that all the time with my son and he's 18. So, you know, really this is just saying this is kind of like an older, like, child, male or female. And you're like hovering over this child too much. Let this child go. They have to make their own decisions. They have to make their own mistakes. Let them go. Okay. So, and then some of you have, you know, some of you, even with the older child, have younger children that you need to worry about more. This is where you should put your heart and soul into the younger children because they need you. Because they're younger and you're like, oh no, but my oldest child. But my oldest child, because you're used to that oldest child, you know, being there and doing everything for this older child. But you know what? Let that go. And now your younger children need you. And like I was saying, like, yeah, it's like you're just really in your head about this, okay? And I think it comes a time in every parent's life where we're just like, you know, you're just remembering your child as being like this, like young, like little baby, and you're always in your head about this child because it's your oldest child. It's probably, you know, your firstborn. But Spirit's like, nah, let that go, okay? And you know, it's just whatever. You can't just, you know, say like, oh, my baby, you know, and think about all these past memories when they used to be your little baby, when you first had them and things like that. It's really simple when it comes to this. Let them go. Focus more on your younger ones. And now for some of you, I think some of you kind of bump heads, especially when I'm looking at this head. Here, you kind of bump heads with your children, and it's like one of the children, you're just like, you even look like them. And Spirit is saying, wow, maybe you need a personal reading. I think I'm going to have to pull more cards for you. For those of you, I'm just going to see what Spirit is saying intuitively right now. If you're bumping heads with this child because you and this child are just too much alike, then you know what, you guys, that's natural and that's what happens. Don't sweat that. Do not just be don't be all in your head about, how can I make this better, how can I make this work, what am I doing wrong. It's not you that are doing anything wrong. It's not you. It's natural because you and this child are so much alike. I'm gonna pull more cards for you though. Okay, so you guys, these cards right here came out when I was asking Spirit, what can they do with this relationship? And then immediately while I was shuffling the cards, I was saying that you kind of have to basically introduce yourself to your child, because you and this child sees you as mama or dad, and you see this child as child. And you kind of have to introduce yourself to this child, because you guys are really bumping heads because you're just alike. And what you can do is just take this certain child out one day and show them the certain things that you like to do and make it fun for them. Show them who you are. Sit down and talk to this child about, your childhood memories, mistakes that you've made, and things like that, fun things that have happened to you, so this child can really see you more as mother or father rather than just parent, because they don't understand why you're bumping heads. You do, but they don't understand. And that's exactly what you can do. And I got all that from looking at this card. Yeah, I don't know, but... But like I was saying, I was shuffling the cards and I heard that. And when this card came out, it just became more clear to me. Like I was saying, stop, thinking this is more. Stop blaming yourself. That's what this is about. Forgive yourself, okay? Stop thinking that this is just so much you and you can do better. Same thing with this card right here. And I would advise you, I think you're the type of parent that does so much for your kids, okay? And if you do, find a way to get out and just, nurture yourself. Just put more time into yourself. Just like this card is saying. I think it's saying this. Let me read it. Self-love. Now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation. Oh, man, can't see anymore because the light went off. It's stated about appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your mind, body, and soul. Wow, you guys. And also, and that is for you guys who I was just saying that you have a child that you kind of bump heads with because you're just alike. And then there are some of you who kind of concerned about, I think some of you guys have like some younger children, maybe 2 or more, that are kind of like everywhere, kind of off the chain, kind of like a little extra, because my daughter is like that. I totally understand. And Spirit is like, there's nothing more that you can do, okay? If your children are like bouncing off the walls everywhere, let them be them. That is just the way this child is going to be. Let them be them. And what you need to do, since you have children like that, then you know what, it's just like I said, my daughter is like that. She's so full of energy. So bless your little heart. Should I say bliss your little hearts? My friend says don't say bless, say bliss your little heart, because because that's just the way they're gonna be. Find some time out for yourself. This is just advice for you, okay? If you want to know what more you can do about those little ones is always running around everywhere, you can't do much about them because that's just the way they're going to be, okay? They're like freaking frack, huh? But what you can do, what you want to know what to do about them, but the answer is not what to do about them. The answer is what to do about yourself. And what to do about yourself is not about how can I tone my children down, how can I get them to listen more, how can I get them to be more obedient, how can I get them to calm down. Their children, their babies are going to be like that. Your answer is how do I cope with it? And the way you're going to cope with that is you're going to go out, you're going to treat yourself, you're going to indulge on some things, you're going to nurture yourself, you're going to have some mommy time, some me time to yourself. And that's how you're going to handle that. Stop thinking that you have to be around those children all the time. And this is probably for you too. You know, you don't have to be such a hoverboard sometimes, and then your children are more covered than you think. They're wild. So if they're wild, then the angels know that, because my baby, she's a little wild. Okay. Should I use that word? Well, hey, she is. So if they are, they're more covered than you think, because that's just the way they naturally are. Okay. And the answer is to treat yourself more. You don't have to feel like that you have to just be all over them and watching them all the time. You don't have to feel like that. The only thing that you have to do is treat yourself, okay? That's what you have. That's what you should do. And then you'll be able to handle them better if you start letting some of this stress go and start doing for yourself more, start treating yourself more, okay? So that is all, you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, you can actually email me if you don't feel comfortable leaving it in the comment section this time. But for personal readings, then I will have to email you a price list. I have to say that, you guys, because I don't think sometimes people don't know the difference, because I will answer questions sometimes if people are confused. But that is all, you guys. So you can comment in the comment section if any of this resonates with you at all. Continue to come and grow with me and subscribe. Bye.